Right, hello, as promised, a video on the almighty 25, which has had a bloody hard life. I was given this under the premise that it was restored. It's a solid tub, there's no rot under the tub or anything like that. It's got to have a subframe which has been supplied with the car. It's got a bit of a running fault. I think this is a sticky valve, so it runs a bit not the best, but he's going to help me out with fixing that as well. But I'm just thinking to myself, and I don't know what your opinions are, I was going to ZR it, restore it, ZR it, so it's up and running, be just as good condition as the Streetwise. But, and then normally I wouldn't hesitate, but I'm just thinking, and I know we live in a throwaway society nowadays, and that's not how I want to think, but you can buy a good one of these for £500, especially a facelift one, and then I could say that, but I'll go around some of them. You can see already, to be fair, the faults with the car and what it's going to need. I know I've done briefly in a video before, but I'll just go a bit more in depth with it and explain properly how I got it. So, as you can see, common issue, this wing is rotten, needs replacing, needs front bumper painting, but I was, like I said, if I'm going to ZR it, it's going to have a new one and painted on anyway. Headlights need restoring. It's got an idling issue. It has been on the OBD thing, I can't remember what it says now, but he has got a fault with it, but he's promised to help me fix that and do a bit more learning at the same time of these K-series engines, because I do want to learn a lot more on how to pull them apart, put them back together. As you can see, Project Drive, so unlike the Streetwise, there's no engine cover there. Then this, I think, is an aftermarket wing which has been repainted at some point, which is in good condition but doesn't fit quite right. So, along with the damage to the door, which were a big metal fence, iron railing fence, fell on it, damaged it all down the side, broke the door handle, damaged it there, it's damaged it all the way down here. Rear bumper also needs repainting. Headlining is, sorry, I'm using it as a shed at the moment, ironically. Headlining needs sorting. You can see from the boot, heavily damaged. I do know a very good dent man I think would do that and get the majority of that out before it was painted. So it doesn't concern me that much, because I don't want to be putting a new boot lid on this. I've already test fit an MG spoiler to make sure it did fit. It's not on properly because there's no point, it was just a test fit to see. Then it needs majority of the exhaust as well. The sunroof is shot, but I have just recently found a guy actually on Facebook on one of the Rover groups who does a new metal frame and seal and stuff for these, so that's possibly an option if I do go ahead with it. Like I've said before, I don't know if it's going to be, if I do take on the project fully, because I've been umming and ahhing a long time with it now, so it's just sat in the driveway, to have it a panel welded in, get rid of the sunroof completely, or do I repair it and do it. It's obviously had the door jimmied at some point, it's got dents all along here, broken paint, a few scratches and stuff on this side as well, so it's going to need, realistically, a full respray. I think the best part of the bodywork on the car is the bonnet, as well as there's a mark on the actual bonnet. And then this is what I was on about on my Streetwise as well. This is what was originally in its place, just a blank. I know the early 200s, some of them had an airbag in there. Some higher spec 25s have an airbag. Pre-Project Drive cars have a little shelf which I've put into the Streetwise. This has just got one of those horrible blanks again, money saving. Unlike Streetwise again, I think this works. To be fair, I think it works on all 4, but this, yeah, it's this dial that doesn't work properly. The radio didn't work at all. The seats have got, this one's not too bad actually, it's only a little tiny one, but the one I'm sat on has actually got a big rip in it, so that'd need replacing as well. The roof, as you can see, sunroof missing the trim, it's full of mould. The clutch, although works and doesn't slip, is very high, and it's just generally tatty. It's very, very tatty, and like I said, I don't like being defeated by a car, and I do, but you've got to think realistically as well. It could be nice when it's done, don't get me wrong, but it's going to take a lot of money. Just for my idea of seeing a ZR in Sonic Blue. So I'm wondering what people's feelings are. If not, make an offer on it. It runs, it drives, it's got no MOT, but it does need a lot of work, and I'm not going to deny it. The car's in Manchester. I have got the plates, I've just took them off while I was fiddling about with new screws and stuff. The old ones were all rusted, so I just took them off, never put them back on. It starts first time every time, it's not a problem like that. It's just a really, and it's unlike me, indecisive of what to do with this. Like I said, it's a lovely boot, Sonic Blue, which matches my 25, but does someone else want to take it on? Someone else who's probably got a bit more time than me to give it everything it needs. Luckily, one thing which these 25s, 3 doors and everything does thing, I can't get my words out, is the seats actually do work, because that's a common fault for them to the cables underneath to give way and then they won't open. I'm trying to think what else I could say about it actually. I think, the boot, there's a couple of wires in the boot which aren't connected, they've split. Another common issue with these, the wiring in the boot looms are not the best. The Streetwise had a similar issue, that's been repaired. So the boot opens on the key, because obviously that's the only way to do it on these 25s, these facelift ones, when it wants to. It's very intermittent, so I don't shut it. But yeah, it does need quite a lot. And I keep saying, no, I can't get rid of it. I don't want to see it go to, well, it's certainly not, don't want to see it go to scrap. But if someone wants to make an offer who would like to take it on and do it as a long-term project, obviously I only do these cars from my house. I don't have a unit or anything, so I don't normally get I don't get a full-on restoration cars anyway, but this, being honest, is a full whack. Like I say, it's a solid tub, but it certainly needs a full respray. Needs one wing, possibly 2, because the other one's an aftermarket one. It just doesn't fit right. Or if you think the opposite, you think, yeah, no, just do it over time, do it. Take your time with it. Do what needs to be done. Obviously, the major things first, getting it running properly, front subframe. Then once that's done and dusted, it'd be MOT it, see what it needs for an MOT, and then it'd be bodywork and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where we're at with this 25. I do like the facelift 25s, to be fair. I do like, not everyone does. I think if they'd have, I'm saying that they didn't have the money, did they? But I think if Rover would have brought out these facelift 25s with the build quality of the original R3 200s, I think they've been a great little car. But sadly, the cost cutting just ruins them a little bit. I've had a lot of soundproofing and stuff put into the Streetwise, so it's not as loud and as tinny as a lot of these project drive cars are. See, that's what I was on about on the other one as well, the badges just fade. But I have already got, ironically, new ZR badges. I've got a new front badge for an MG bumper. I've got a new rear big boot badge. These are just all things I've just, apart from the front, the boot badge, sorry, I have bought that, but it was cheap enough, so I thought I'll just get it while in case I need it, and I do what I plan to do with the car. But as you can see at the moment, it's my little shed on wheels. Right, thanks for watching the video. Sorry it's not been very I cannot get my words out today.